shite. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Liverpool's latest blunder as we lose 3-0 to Manchester City. Remember them, our old enemy? I'm going to be looking back at what was a very frustrating game of football. I'm also going to reveal a very special crude drawing that my daughter drew, which I thought was excellent. And I've also got some big news at the end of the episode about a new channel. So in Pep Guardiola's 1000th managerial game, congratulations Pep and I are watching. And, he had a lot of outpouring from other managers. And listen, cheers, Jurgen, for that heartfelt motivational message.
Probably what spurred him on.
But he showed what he has learned in 1,000 games because they were set up much better than we were. They had a plan, they had a system. All the players seemed to fit a part of their system. They were doubling, tripling up on Salah. They, used the space well to free the wingers and all this sort of stuff. Look at me with a bit of analysis, eh? Whereas we were just like, huh? Are you going to pass it to me? I'm making a run. Do you see me? He doesn't see me. It was like at times they were sleepwalking a little bit. They just had no, gusto, except for Conor Bradley, of course. But the rest of them were kind of a bit like, what time's the match? Oh! What I find mental is just how quickly we can go back to... Remember all the stuff we were worried about before that we thought maybe is going to be fixed? It's still there. It's still there. So, Big Arna, I know you're also watching. Do you get a bit of downtime in Ibiza or Dubai or wherever you're off to this international break? Just a spare thought for maybe changing things up a little bit. For example, and I'm going to be a bit all over the place here because it's kind of going to be another event, I'm afraid. And look, let me be the first to tell you, I think Salah might have dipped in form slightly. Do you know what actually really annoyed me more than any other goal, more than any of the goals that were scored in this match, was seeing Chiesa coming on at 70 minutes with 3-0 down. I actually just went, oh, fuck off. I mean, Mrs. was like, do you not like him? I'm like, no, I love him. But I couldn't even explain why. She's like, why are you annoyed that he's coming on? I'm like, he just... Do you know what the annoying thing is that, Chiesa is our player of the month. It's like he's making a deliberate attempt to not play our informed players. Anyway, a little bit about the match. So look, yes, there was terrible officiating, and yes, it didn't really matter anyway because we were fucking shite. So the penalty, okay, look, let me just vent for 60 seconds about the officiating and then I'll move on, okay? It seems futile to even talk about the officiating when we were so outclassed and second best in every single department. But the penalty incident, again, it's a moot point because Ramardashvili fucking saved it, get in. And that was like, nope, no penalty. And then he goes to the monitor, so you're like, okay, fine, maybe I missed something, like getting the magnifying glass out. Jesus Christ! I mean, surely, what? Can you just have a bit of backbone and just say, no, I'm happy to go with my original decision. I thought there was minimal to no contact, and I was correct. And then let's talk about our goal that wasn't a goal. I mean, it's a perfectly legitimate goal. Yes, technically, according to your rules, he's offside, sure. But have we not seen that given 9 out of 10 times? In fact, there's a specific moment, was it Nathan Aki was in an offside position, sticks a leg out as if trying to get at it. I mean, even this obvious action. I don't think that's a goal there. Why? Well, he moved there. That's an obvious action. The movement to get out of the way of the ball when the keeper wasn't going to get a sniff of it anyway. Do you know what the worst part about the Van Dijk goal is? Is it fucking done me? Where I'm like, come on, because it was such a good goal as well. It was a great corner from Salah, had power. It was kind of like a low-ish fizzed ball. And Van Dijk, the camera's right behind it. You're like, it was so satisfying. And it totally done me. Whereas normally, of course, I'm dead inside watching football with the way things are at the minute. So it's like Liverpool score. I'm like, okay, let's wait for it to be confirmed and then I'll celebrate. Whereas I was swept up in the old school enjoying of football where I was just like, yes, come on. Then you're done. Then I feel like, in like a Tom and Jerry cartoon where he just turns into a donkey, like, but I forgot about the form filling that needs to go on before a goal is confirmed. I mean, the fact that it was even, the offside flag was raised 13 seconds later. Like, what? So it wasn't a beat. That was a particular kick in the arse. And the most frustrating thing about a goal like that being chalked off, because you're like, it seems really hard for us to score. We finally got one, and it was chalked off for a load of shite. Let's just call it what it is. and then to concede a deflected shot. Ooh, it doesn't get more frustrating than that. Like some pissy little deflection. So it was a really bad first half. And it's a season of really bad first halves. Fool me once, shame on you. It's like that scene in The Simpsons with Sideshow Bob stepping on all the rakes. It's like, when are we going to learn? It's like, yes, our second half was better, but can we just make the first half great so we don't have to save the game? And then again, how these games can turn, where we actually did put a few good passes together. The ball goes across. People saying, "Oh, Gakpo missed a sitter." I don't know if it's a sitter, but I mean, it is technically an open goal. So, and if that goes in, you're like, "Fucking, let's go! Here we go." That didn't happen, and then we conceded a third. To be fair, was a cracking goal, and Doku played really well. And the funny thing is that our best player on the pitch was Connor Bradley. Again, was up against the game's best player. And Doku played really well. Do you know the annoying thing though? Again, I've always thought that I feel like we're the club where the way like certain teams' goalkeepers have like an absolute like the best game of their career against Liverpool. Like there's another kind of player who always seems to play well against Liverpool, and that's the other team's inconsistent, frustrating player where the fans are like, yeah, he's brilliant, but I mean, he only gives it 1 out of every 7 games. We want that consistency. They always bring it against Liverpool. And it's not like we didn't play well. We didn't play awful. We just didn't do a lot right. So we're 3-0 down. And honestly, at this point I was thinking, I was like, at least last year we could have just thrown on Nunes. Well, maybe not last year because he was a shell of his former self. But the year before that, at least we could have brought on Nunes and had some fun. I know what you're going to say. I don't care. I miss Nunes, okay? If nothing else, I miss the vibes in the team. It's just, I'm looking at the team now and I'm like, oh my God, like we just, like how can you go from having a team that had very few tweaks, Slot just came in and that was the whole thing, and the whole Liverpool way of like, okay, it's a good team, like it wasn't Slot, or like Klopp didn't win the league with them, Slot won the league with them, so it's not just like, oh well, he won it with Jurgen's players. Jurgen didn't win it with Jurgen's players, for the last few seasons. Absolute credit to him last year. And you think, okay, this is the way. Yes, this is the way we do it. And it's like, again, like no spending. Brought on Chiesa, but and I was like, okay, this is good. This is great. And now we'll have a little investment in the summer and we'll roll on. We have our way of playing now. We'll just add to the system. We have our preferred formation, our preferred team. Sure, a few players have left, so we're going to need to bring in some replacements. But I mean, I thought it the whole time when we were signing all these players. I'm like there's such good feeling about signing a nice, shiny new player. And I think all the players that we sign are really good, or have the potential to be really good. I just think, I mean, when has it ever been in football where you sign 6 new players and put them all in the team at the same time? You do that if you're like United or someone who's like, well, we need to change right now. Like in hindsight, like I looked at the team sheet yesterday and I was like, brilliant. Wirtz is in on the left, amazing. Our midfield trio, great. In hindsight, though, I think Curtis Jones would have done a better job than McAllister in there. And McAllister's a weird one because it's like, I kind of want to cut him some slack because I said, okay, he tragically lost his good friend Jota, lost Diaz to Bundesliga, lost Darwin to Saudi, and all of his South American contingent is just gone now, and he's just, and now look, I know he's just had a kid, he's probably exhausted. Take it from me, it's exhausting. And Salah, oh man. Do you know, there was a moment in the match yesterday where Salah missed like his second chance in a couple of minutes, like a wild kind of miss. And the camera cut to Salah from behind, and I just never really noticed his bald spot at the back of his head. And I just thought it was so like, it was almost on purpose from the editor or whatever, because I thought like after that miss, and then I looked at the back of his head, I'm like, wow, he's never looked balder. But man, oh man, like if he was anyone but Mo Salah, would he even be anywhere near the starting 11? He doesn't always give you like a Lamine Yamal, but his end product is always top notch. Barring this season, like if we're down a goal or we need a goal, like keep him on. Like if we need a goal, Salah's going to get something. But now with that being seemingly gone from Salah's Arsenal, it's kind of like, well, what are we getting now? Bradley did great against Doku, but he had no help from Salah. As in comparison, Salah, every time he got the ball, their left back was getting help from one or two players. It was just very annoying. And then so he'll go to Africa Cup of Nations in January, and Slot will have to change it up then. Then, of course, when Salah gets back after Egypt don't win it and Salah is depressed for 3 months, we're going to need a contingency plan for that as well. But you know what else I noticed that I think is a bit of a bummer? Is that Salah doesn't smile when he misses anymore. Whereas previously, I remember him saying about, Robertson told him, like, look, the players look up to you. Like, if you miss and you're like, like, that sets the precedent for the other players. So Salah was like, yeah, that was great advice. So now, I don't take it to, like, I'll be like, I'll get you next time. And it's ironic because now he doesn't seem to be doing that. Yet he specifically said at the start of the year that, like, he got the big personal accolades last year, won the league, won us the league, let's face it. His big thing was now it's about helping the other players and help bringing on the young players and helping the team. Yet he's like, now when he misses, he's just like... Do you know what? I've just mentally resigned myself to like, okay, top four. And then, even when people say, Liverpool are out of the title race now. And a lot of the time I'll be like, yeah, no, it's too far, performances aren't good and all that. But in the back of my head, I'm like, we're absolutely winning this league. That voice in my head is gone now. It's taken me a while to shift the, because I wanted to be, no, we're champions and we're going to win another league and maybe a Champions League as well. And then we're going to win the league again next year. And we're going to create this dynasty, because Slot was supposed to Paisley the shit out of this team. Whereas now I'm kind of like, I don't think it's going to happen at all. What do you even say? It's a frustrating one. We're going to have to stew on it for a couple of weeks. And what are we going to do? Not support the Reds? Now, on a more optimistic note, two things. One, my 10-year-old daughter has done her first crude drawing, and if I may say, it's a belter. I asked her to draw Conor Bradley on Vinicius, and this is what she came up with. And if I may say, she is far better than me. As you can see there, there's Bradley, there's Vinicius, all the players, and then for an extra little touch, she's drawn all the players bowing to Conor Bradley. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's much better than mine. Now, she specifically asked me to if I could put it on a mug. I have put it on a mug. You feel free to buy one, no pressure as always. But I told her I'd share any profits with her. Bradley here with his eyes been like, hee. I was so full of praise for her, and like this was so nice because I was talking about how much I loved it, and I was like, look at this and look at that, and she was literally, as she's standing next to me, like she starts like kind of jumping up and down. She rarely shows a lot of like that kind of emotion, but I know when she's jumping up and down that she's like really happy about something. So she was really happy with it. So hopefully there's more to come. And in other news, before I let you go, big news. I am starting up a new channel. Myself and the Liverpool fan in Japan, Miyazaki Man Sai, are starting a brand new football channel. It's called The Football's On, and we will be talking about all football, not just Liverpool. It'll be both of our styles. We always vibe really well when we're together, and we have been talking about doing this for a while. But I'll tell you, the one thing it's not going to be is boring, because, like, I'll be honest, a lot of football shows that I watch, like, I don't actually watch a lot of fan TV or like any of that sort of stuff, because I just kind of find them all so like just a little bit boring. So we're both really adamant of just making this a fun, entertaining show where we just chat shite and have regular features, regular segments, and it's just going to be a laugh. I can't wait to get started. It's also going to be available in podcast form. We're starting after the international break. I would love it if you could go ahead and hit the subscribe on that channel as well. So I'm just going to leave now, and I hope you, in spite of the Reds, have a good week. I'll be back in a couple of days to talk about something, and while it's hard now to see it, just remember that we fucking love the Reds, and the reason it hurts so much is because we love them so fucking much. So they know it, we know it, this idiot holding the camera here knows it, that it all needs to change very quickly, so let's hope that change comes very, very quickly. And if I may say on a personal note, up the fucking rights.